When we're dehydrated, our body goes into a form of drought management, and it releases a hormone called histamine. And histamine is moving around the body in an attempt to maintain full blood volume in the major arteries and veins to try and keep our body alive. So what it does, it takes a little bit of water away from our joints. So we can get painful joints in dehydration. It takes a little bit of water away from the lining of our stomach that has a thick mucosa wall on it. You see, that thick mucosa wall is 99% water, so we can develop stomach ulcers in a dehydrated state. It takes water from the brain. From the neck down, we're 75% water. From the neck up, we're 85% water. When water is taken away from the brain cells shrink, and that hurts. There's your headache.
Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your mouth feeling so dry that your tongue sticks to the roof of your mouth? Or have you ever had to stop in the middle of a conversation because you just can't speak without taking a drink of water? Before you think this is normal, let me share something that probably no one has ever told you. That dry feeling in your mouth isn't just annoying. It's a desperate signal from your body trying to warn you about something much more serious. As a doctor, I have seen hundreds of patients who ignored this sign for months, even years, until it was too late. And the most worrying part is that 8 out of 10 people who have constant dry mouth don't realize they are just steps away from developing conditions that can change their lives forever. Think about this. Your mouth produces between 1 and 2 liters of saliva every day. When that production drops, even by 30%, your body is struggling with something. The question isn't whether you should be concerned. The question is, what is going wrong in your body and how can you stop it before the damage becomes permanent? Stick with me because in the next few minutes, I'm going to share the 4 hidden causes behind dry mouth that no doctor explains during an appointment, and the last one could be harming your health without you even knowing it. Before we get into the specific causes, I need you to understand something important. Saliva isn't just water. It's one of the most advanced defense systems in your body. Imagine your mouth is a fortress, and saliva is the army that protects it 24 hours a day. Your saliva contains enzymes that start digestion, antibodies that fight bacteria, minerals that protect your teeth, and substances that keep the pH balance in your mouth. When that production drops, not only do you feel dry mouth, but your teeth become more prone to cavities, your gums start to swell, your tongue cracks, and worst of all, your ability to taste decreases dramatically. But here is the detail that many are not aware of. Dry mouth is almost never just a mouth problem. It is a window into something deeper happening in your body. It could be your immune system attacking itself, your blood sugar levels out of control, your thyroid working too slowly, or even your medications pulling moisture from your system. And here is what is concerning. This problem builds up. Every day that goes by with a dry mouth is a day where harmful bacteria grow out of control, where your teeth lose their natural protection, where the hidden condition moves one step further along. That is why you need to pay attention to what your body is telling you right now. I am going to share 4 main causes of dry mouth with you, and each one is more surprising than the last, but the last one, number 4, is the one most patients overlook and the one that can have the most serious effects. Because number 1, the hidden enemy in your medicine cabinet. Did you know that more than 400 commonly used medications list dry mouth as a side effect? 400. And it's very likely that right now you have at least one of them in your medicine cabinet. I'm talking about those medications you take every day without a second thought. Antihistamines for allergies, antidepressants, medications for high blood pressure, diuretics, muscle relaxants, even some common pain relievers. Let me explain what is happening in your body. These medications work by blocking or changing certain neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers your cells use to communicate. The problem is that in doing so, they also interfere with the signals that tell your salivary glands to make saliva. It's like cutting the phone line between your brain and your mouth. The messages don't get through, and your glands simply stop working at full capacity. This is where it gets really dangerous. I remember a 65-year-old patient who was taking medication for high blood pressure. He developed severe dry mouth, which led to multiple cavities. For the pain from the cavities, he started taking pain relievers. Those pain relievers made the dryness even worse. Unable to eat well because of the dental pain, his nutrition suffered, his blood pressure got worse, and he ended up needing more medication. Do you see the pattern? One medication causes dry mouth causes other problems, those problems require more medication, and the cycle continues, pulling you further and further down. And I'm not talking about rare cases. Antidepressants, which millions of people take daily, can reduce saliva production by up to 50%. Antihistamines, those you take for seasonal allergies, can dry out your mouth within hours. Here is the solution you need to put into action today. Do not stop taking your medications on your own. That is critical. But what you should do is this. Take your medication box right now and read the side effects. If it says dry mouth or xerostomia, mark that medication. Then make an appointment with your doctor and specifically ask, is there an alternative to this medication that causes less dry mouth? In many cases, there are options. For example, if you are taking a first-generation antihistamine that dries your mouth, your doctor may switch you to a second-generation one that has fewer effects on saliva. In the meantime, there are immediate steps you can take. Take your medications with plenty of water, not coffee or soda. Keep a glass of water by your bed. Chew sugar-free gum with xylitol during the day. This helps stimulate saliva production. And avoid mouthwashes that contain alcohol because, oddly enough, they dry your mouth out even more. But here is the warning. If you have had a dry mouth from medications for months and haven't done anything about it, you already have an army of bacteria growing out of control in your mouth. You need to see a dentist soon because the damage to your teeth from lack of saliva can be permanent. And let me tell you something that few doctors explain. Dry mouth from medications doesn't just affect your mouth, it affects your whole digestion. Without enough saliva, you don't break down food well in your mouth, which means your stomach has to work twice as hard. This can lead to indigestion, reflux, and poor nutrient absorption. It's a domino effect that starts in your mouth but ends up affecting your entire digestive system. Stay with me because the next cause is even more misleading and mainly affects women over 40. Because number 2, the hormonal storm that dries out everything in its path. If you are a woman over 40, this is going to affect you. The second most common cause of ongoing dry mouth is hormonal changes, especially menopause. But here is what no one tells you. You do not have to be in full menopause to feel these effects. Perimenopause, that transition stage that can last up to 10 years, is already affecting saliva production in your mouth. Estrogens, those hormones that start to shift dramatically during perimenopause, do more than just regulate your menstrual cycle. They also have receptors in the salivary glands. When estrogen levels drop, your salivary glands basically lose the signal that tells them to keep working at full speed. Think of it like a factory that suddenly loses its manager. The workers are still there, but no one is giving them clear directions. Production slows down, quality drops, and the whole system becomes less effective. The statistics are concerning. Postmenopausal women have 3 times the risk of developing root cavities. That is the type of cavity that forms at the root of the tooth and is especially hard to treat. And it all starts with that dry mouth you chose to ignore. And here is something that very few doctors will explain during an appointment. Hormonal changes also affect your immune system. And when your immune system is disrupted, you can develop something called Sjogren's syndrome, an autoimmune condition that specifically targets your salivary and tear glands. How do you know if your hormonal dry mouth is turning into something more serious? If on top of dry mouth you have constantly dry eyes, if you feel joint pain, if you notice you get tired more easily than usual, you need to have specific tests done because it could be Sjögren's. Because number 3, the sweet enemy that steals your moisture. Imagine this. You wake up in the middle of the night with an urgent thirst, you drink water, go back to sleep, and 2 hours later you are awake again with your mouth even drier. You go to the bathroom constantly, but no matter how much water you drink, the dryness does not go away. This is not just dry mouth. It is your body shouting at you that your blood sugar levels are out of control. It is one of the first signs of diabetes, and it is shocking how many people overlook it for months before finally getting a blood test. Here is what is happening inside you. When your blood glucose level is high, your kidneys try to flush out that extra sugar through urine. To do that, they need more water. So they start pulling water from all your tissues, including the salivary glands. It is as if your body is in a constant state of dehydration, no matter how much water you drink. I had a 42-year-old patient who came in because he couldn't stop drinking water. He had been this way for 3 months. He said he drank more than 4 liters of water a day, and still his mouth felt like sandpaper. I did a fasting glucose test on him, and his level was 210 milligrams per deciliter. Normal is less than 100 milligrams per deciliter. He was in advanced pre-diabetes, about to cross into type 2 diabetes. And the worst part was that he had ignored all the signs for months because he thought it was normal to feel thirstier. But here is the most serious problem. Dry mouth in diabetes is not just an annoying symptom, it is dangerous. Without enough saliva, sores in your mouth take much longer to heal. Oral infections become common, and in people with diabetes, a simple infection in the mouth can turn into something serious that affects your glucose control, creating a terrible downward spiral. Furthermore, the lack of saliva means you are not neutralizing the acids in your mouth after eating. Every time you eat, your mouth becomes more acidic, and without enough saliva to bring back the balance, that acid starts to wear away the enamel of your teeth. People with uncontrolled diabetes can lose multiple teeth in just a few years. So, how do you know if your dry mouth is due to high sugar levels? Here are the red flags you cannot ignore. First, excessive thirst that never feels satisfied. If you are drinking more than 2.5 liters of water a day and are still thirsty, something is wrong. Second, you need to urinate very often, especially at night. If you get up more than twice a night to urinate, it is a major red flag. Third, you feel more tired than usual for no clear reason. Constant fatigue along with dry mouth and excessive thirst is almost a sure sign of sugar problems. Fourth, you have noticed occasional blurry vision. High sugar levels also affect your eyes. And fifth, you have cuts or wounds that take weeks to heal, much longer than normal. If you have 3 or more of these symptoms, along with ongoing dry mouth, you need to get a glucose test immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. The good news is that if you catch this early, it is completely reversible. I have seen patients completely turn around their prediabetes in 6 months with specific lifestyle changes. Here is your action plan. Cut out refined carbohydrates from your diet today. I am talking about white bread, white rice, pasta, sugar, sweets, sodas. These are the ones that send your glucose to dangerous levels. Replace them with complex carbohydrates, whole oats, quinoa, sweet potatoes, legumes. These release sugar slowly into your blood, avoiding those spikes that dehydrate your body. Increase your intake of protein and healthy fats. You need eggs, fish, avocado, nuts, seeds. These keep you full and help stabilize your blood sugar. Move after each meal. You don't even need to go to the gym. A 15-minute walk after eating can lower your blood sugar levels by up to 40%. And finally, monitor. You can buy a glucometer at any pharmacy. measure your fasting glucose for a week. If it is consistently above 100 milligrams per deciliter, you need to see a doctor right away. Because number 4, when your own body turns against you. This is the cause that concerns me the most because it is the least known and the most damaging if not caught in time. It is called Sjögren's syndrome. It is an autoimmune condition where your immune system attacks and destroys the glands that produce moisture in your body, especially the ones for saliva and tears. Think of your immune system as an army that is meant to defend you. Now imagine that this army gets confused and starts attacking your own cities. That is exactly what happens in Sjögren's syndrome. Your immune cells invade your salivary glands and destroy them little by little, day after day, month after month. And here is what is frightening. It can take years before you get the right diagnosis. Most doctors don't think of Sjögren's when someone complains of dry mouth. They will tell you to drink more water, chew gum, use artificial saliva. All the while, the damage keeps happening. But Sjögren's syndrome does not only dry out your mouth and eyes. That is just the surface. It can affect your joints, causing pain similar to arthritis. It can attack your lungs, causing a chronic dry cough. It can harm your kidneys. It can lead to neuropathy, that tingling or numbness in your hands and feet. It can even raise your risk of developing lymphoma, a type of cancer in the lymphatic system. And it all begins with a dry mouth that you decided to brush off because you thought it was normal. Here are the clear signs that your dry mouth might be Sjögren's. 1, your eyes are always dry, red, with a gritty feeling like you have sand in them. 2, you need to take sips of water to swallow solid foods. You can't eat bread, cookies, or meat without something to drink. 3, you wake up at night because your mouth is so dry that your tongue sticks to the roof of your mouth. 4, your teeth are decaying quickly with multiple cavities, especially near the roots. 5, you have pain and swelling in your joints, particularly in your hands, wrists, and knees. 6, you feel severe fatigue that doesn't go away with rest and gets in the way of your daily life. 7, you keep getting fungal infections in your mouth, that white coating on your tongue. If you have 4 or more of these symptoms, you need to see a rheumatologist right away. Not a general doctor, not a dentist first, but a rheumatologist who knows how to order the proper tests. The issue with Sjögren's is that the damage to the salivary glands builds up over time and cannot be reversed. Every month that goes by without treatment is another month where more glandular cells are destroyed. Once those cells are lost, they do not come back. I have seen patients who waited so long that their salivary glands became completely shrunken. They can no longer make any saliva at all. They have to carry bottles of artificial saliva with them everywhere, applying it every 15 or 20 minutes just to be able to speak or swallow. But if you catch it early, there are treatments that can stop or at least greatly slow down the progression. Immunomodulating medications that calm down that autoimmune attack. Saliva stimulants that can help the glands that are still working to function better. Therapies that can greatly improve your quality of life. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear it. You might just change their life. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video. And leave me a comment. How long have you been dealing with dry mouth? And which of these 4 causes resonated with you the most? I read them, and your story could help someone else. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.